This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We're so thankful that you've connected with us today here on our Better Together broadcast. I have my dear friend, my brother, our executive presbyter, Pastor Darren Pilcher. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
How fun. I'm honored to be a part of this.
Man, we're just thrilled that you would take time for this. And today we just wanted to focus on century leadership. And we're sitting with the creator, the inventor of century leadership. I remember way back, Pastor Darren, when you were first talking to me about this idea that our fellowship was 100 years old and we were preparing leaders for the next century. So 2013.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
How do you reflect when you look back upon this journey?
Yeah, well, first of all, our fellowship, the Oklahoma AG, has given us a tremendous sense of latitude to create this. And what I've heard from so many people, Pastor Darrell, is that you brought mainline speakers to us. We didn't have to go to another conference.
So good.
And so we learned a lot through those years about what it means to rub shoulders with people. And you know, social media has made it so easy to connect. And it seems like that these mainline leaders have become so relational through social media. And yet they are very relational, and they want to help people grow. And so I believe I've heard over and over again the very same message. Thanks for Century Leadership, because it's brought these guys to us and up close and personal, and hearing their stories and leadership acumen has just helped us to grow.
It's been such a gift to our family and OKAG, but it's been a gift to me, my team, my church. What's fascinating is all these years later, 10 years, we haven't had a dud. That's quite remarkable. You're batting 1,000.
We've come very close.
But there hasn't been one. And I'll tell you, just a lead pastor, we would always registered. We were part of it every year.
Yeah.
And sometimes with the chaos of calendar crunch and trying to squeeze everything, there was a couple times, my friend, when we thought, oh, we might have to skip this one because something's coming up. You know, you have a funeral and you have to shift. Everybody has to do that. But every time we were able to make it happen, at least part of our team, and there wasn't one that we didn't come home saying, I'm so thankful we were able to be a part of that. As the Holy Spirit orchestrates the timing of who's there and what the topic is. And I can't tell you how many pastors have said, that has just ministered to me.
Yeah, and it's been inspirational to watch and hear stories like that and to watch people so get involved in this, investing in their team financially and in a time-scheduled way. And then they go together, drive on that van, or carpool over, and then on the way back, just reflecting on it. And then we always give that book away.
Yes.
And I've heard so many teams say, that's a book study for us. We're going through it.
They work through the book.
They work through the book. Yeah. So it's just been extremely inspiring. The investment personally, but also churches just pouring in to their teams and getting them involved in something like this. I just think it's been a remarkable thing to watch.
You're so right, my friend. And not only the ride there and the ride back with friends, team, or pastors will just get together and ride together. And the event itself is so good. But just the cross-pollination once you're there with ministers from all across the state.
Absolutely.
Connecting. I've had some people share some ideas that they were doing that I just completely stole or plagiarized, because someone said, hey, I'm doing this. It's like, man, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And just that coming together creates such an opportunity for that.
Absolutely. What's probably been as big of a surprise is who we learned from in some of those speakers the most. Like the first one, I think we took a leap bringing Gordon MacDonald, because Gordon MacDonald's obviously this real soul care guy, and yet, and aged, probably well into his 70s at that point, and yet connected so well. And I heard so many young guys say, oh my goodness, Gordon MacDonald is still my favorite out of all that I heard. So just really fun to hear different perspectives and takes on individuals and how teams have learned through all of this.
And we can't go through the lineup, we don't have time, but I remember Sam Chan had a word
oh my goodness.
Right for me, Leonard Sweet. The list goes just on and on.
Absolutely. Nancy Ortberg.
Oh, that was such
Yeah.
a great one.
Oh, my
Ed
goodness.
Stetzer.
Ed Stetzer.
Just rang the bell. And
So true.
it's been so good. So Century Leadership, it's time for our season to start. In fact, we're starting really soon. September 7th is our first one here in the fall of 2023. Tell us about the first episode of Century Leadership this year.
Yeah, well, we're just really thrilled to have George Westlake with us.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, legacy pastor there at Sheffield Christian Center in Kansas City. And he's going to bring a wealth of knowledge and leadership acumen. And we're going to learn and we're going to grow together. And of course, this whole Better Together theme that we've adopted here is just really sinking well with Century Leadership, because indeed we're all coming together and we're learning and we're growing together. And George is just a relational guy to the core.
Yes.
And so we're going to learn so much. And then we're going to get a book that we always get as a resource, and that's going to be wonderful. And then lunch. And then this is the cool spot here. OKAG is super generous. Thanks to you, Pastor Darrell, for giving an opportunity for anyone really to register. I know sometimes financially it's been a bit of a burden on folks, but this year, $20 a person. I mean, where are you going to find that? That's amazing. We thank you for that.
Well, and we pray that can continue. It can for this year.
Yeah.
And we just pray that's an open door for some that had a financial hurdle that they can get here to experience George Westlake and lunch. And so they need to register today because we only have a limited amount of spaces.
We do. We're cutting registration off at 120 people. So it's at Spring Creek Assembly in Edmond.
It's a great place.
Yeah, we would love to see you there. It's going to be a great time, and they can register at the website. Yeah.
And George Westlake just spoke at General Council
my
with his
goodness.
son Austin, and his dad is this powerful prophetic pastor and great end-time teacher.
The generations represented there.
It's incredible. I hope he'll touch on that a bit.
Crazy inspiring. Yeah.
Did such a good job at General Council. And George will be anointed, but he will up the shoe game of OKAG.
Yes, he
He's
will.
my friend, but he always ups the shoe game. So you'll want to be there.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time. We encourage everybody to be a part of this.
Yeah, so register today for that one. And then coming up in November is episode 2.
Episode 2, November the 16th. We're getting a really special treat on this one. The Generosity Accelerator with Pastor Rob Ketterling.
Every pastor is for accelerating generosity.
Come on. I mean, you talk about wanting to grow in goals and vision for your church, but most importantly, to give more to missions. I mean, this is kind of the heart behind it.
Yes, it sure is.
And so AGWM has sponsored this, and it's free of charge to you, but it's kind of a Century Leadership bonus that we're offering.
They're partnering with us to help get him here and talk about how they literally revolutionized their giving
100%
and are impacting the world.
Absolutely. And their entire team's coming in this Generosity Accelerator. So they're just going to have a world-class presentation for us. We're going to all walk away with so much resource in building God's kingdom. So it's going to be beautiful.
So you got to carve that date out for your entire team there in November. And then January will be episode 3.
Episode 3, January 25th, 2024. It's going to be a blast with Choco de Jesus, our general treasurer of the Assemblies of God, legacy pastor himself, and he brings immense fun to the experience. And we're going to have a lot of good times enjoying hearing from him.
The guy has no passion.
Zero passion. I mean, I guess that's probably one of the things that just thrills us is when he walks into the room, you know he loves Jesus and he's got something to offer, and we're going to grow together. So it's going to be beautiful.
He's going to be with us for the Seek and Save Blitz, Oklahoma City. We hope you're a part of that. We're going to blitz the city with evangelism, and then he's going to come in January and just share his heart. So what a blessing.
It will be a blessing. We'll be offering his latest book as well. Lunch will be provided. So just another opportunity to be better together.
So remind everybody again the dates to mark their calendars off right now.
So September the 7th with George Westlake, Spring Creek Assembly. November the 16th at Woodlake Church. That's the Generosity Accelerator with Pastor Rob Ketterling. And then thirdly, January 25th, 2024, Choco de Jesus will be with us, and that'll be at the Assembly in Broken Arrow.
You cannot miss any of these. And so be sure, again, there's limited reservation. So jump on the website,
Absolutely.
okag.org, and get your space today. You don't want to miss out.
Absolutely.
Pastor Darren, thanks for your vision. It was God spoke to you for this incredible ministry. There's not anything like it across the nation.
Wow.
And so God has used you. Thank you for being such a great shepherd. You pastor such a great church. We got to be with you this summer there in ministry, and what an incredible flock you have that you're leading. Thank you for your leadership in the OKAG, executive presbyter on the West region, over 230 churches that Pastor Darren provides leadership to. And most of all, man, you're a great follower of Jesus. You're a great dad. You're sure a great friend. We just love you.
Pastor Darrell, I couldn't echo what you just said about me better about you, because indeed you are a great leader, and we're blessed to have you as our pastor. We love you in faith so much. You exemplify such Christ-like character, and you inspire us to just love Jesus more. We love you and appreciate you so much.
You're too kind, but I am thankful to be on the same team.
You better believe it,
with
brother.
this guy and with all of you.
Yes.
So be sure and sign up today. Again, Century Leadership. It's too good to be true, but it is true. And so sign up today. You'll love it. And remember, we are better together.